Okay, I'm here. Awesome. Let me post on Twitter and let everybody know that I'm live right now. You guys, I am trying to do my best to start 2024 with actually doing more live streams and all that fun jazz. Okay, let me make sure this is working. Bear with me. My channel. It's okay, small talk live stream home from San Diego. Okay, perfect. It's working. Okay. Hey. Hello, Spectral. Okay, I'm going to post on Twitter right now and let everybody know that I'm live streaming. Eric just left to get me some food. I'm so excited to eat. I'm hungry. I'm going to have some Mexican from my favorite Mexican place. Okay. I'm live. I'm tweeting right now. I'm live right now. Join me for small talk live stream. Maybe I should make small talk live stream a hashtag. We'll make that small talk live stream. Let's make that a hashtag. Hashtag small talk live stream. Is that the name I should have? What do you guys think? Okay. Like my hair. It's very curly. Can't wait to take a shower. Okay, I'm live right now. Join me for small talk live stream. And then I need to put the link to this live right now. Bear with me, you guys. This is going to get better. I'm doing my best to the goal is just to do this. Okay, and then your channel. Okay, here it is. And then, okay, I can see myself doing your channel. Okay, share. Copy link. I'm live right now. Join me for a small talk live stream. Paste. Okay, I posted it. Perfect. We'll come up with all the fancy live stream fun. Yes. You know what? Hot retarded chicks. It is just the three of us right now. And you know what? That's great. You guys should enjoy when it's just small and intimate. Just the five of us watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Throw some hearts on here or something. Okay, I have to show you guys the cutest thing. I walked in. Biscuit? Biscuit, please don't scratch. It's my cat, Biscuit. Okay, I have to show you this. Look how cute Biscuit was when I walked in to the house. This is what she was doing. See how cute that is? And that's what she's doing right now. That is currently Biscuit. That is what I see. She's sitting in the light bag of the lights. So cute. Look, she's like smiling. Look at that little face. Does that not look like she's smiling? She's smiling at me. Little Biscuit. Okay, so cute. You guys, I just got off the plane, landed in DFW, Dallas Airport, and let me tell you, the flight itself was great. When we took off out of San Diego, it was sunny, it was beautiful, it was nice, and I fell asleep right away. I don't know about you guys, but I can nap on a plane like no other. I had a book, which I was planning on reading, The Untethered Soul. See, this is the book I was going to read. It has a little horse on it, which is kind of funny. Have you ever ridden a horse before? I rode a horse on a beach once in Australia. It was a white horse. It was so cool. Anyways, I fell asleep on the plane. It was so nice. I was sitting next to no one, which is great. The middle seat was empty, which who doesn't like an empty middle seat? You could just for me, I'm like, I could, even if there is no empty middle seat, even if I'm sitting in the middle, I could still sleep. And in fact, I'm the person you want to be sitting in the middle because I'm so small that it's like no one's sitting there. So a lot of the times when I'm sitting in the middle seat and someone's has their little bags and they're coming to sit and then they see it's me sitting there, they like get happy. They smile there because they're like, oh, she's small. She's not going to like elbow me. She's not going to freaking, splash into my seat area. Anyways, there's a lot I wanted to tell you guys. So I was, hi. Okay, I'm getting a text. 1 second. It's my mom. I should send my mom the link. Let me send my mom the link so she knows I'm live streaming right now. Bear with me, y'all. This is 2024. I'm going to be live streaming. This is the plan. And we've all got to start somewhere. Yes, Ultra Maximus. We had so much fun at the zoo. It was so awesome. We had the best time ever. Did you guys see my giraffe ears? My giraffe ears. I'm like a little giraffe. I want to be a giraffe for Halloween because they're super tall. And you guys know I'm like huge. So anyways. Okay, so I get on the plane and first I had a window seat. At first I had a window seat. And this lovely couple sat next to me. It was like an older couple, and they were sitting next to me, and we were by the bathrooms. And I had my little window seat, and I was excited because I was going to take a little nap and lean against the window. And I was like, this is nice. But then the little pluggy to plug in my phone so I could charge it was not working. So I was like, oh no, I cannot sit here. My phone is at 19%. I'm like, I cannot sit here and not be able to charge my phone because I'm going to land. And then how am I going to contact Eric who has to pick me up from the airport? And I was like, I need to not be sitting in this seat. So in front of me, there was a lady who was sitting by the window, and then she had 2 empty seats. And I could see through the little like peephole area in between the seats that the green button for her little plugins was all working. Like, so I knew, I'm like, I need to get to that seat. And the plane was about to take off. So I looked to my neighbors and I was like, hey, I know that we've all become buddies and we're like sitting here and we're all comfortable, but I need you two to get up because I have to charge my phone and this phone is about to be dead and I cannot have my phone being dead. So they got off like literally like 2 minutes before the plane's about to take off. They get up and move, and I was able to like jump into the aisle seat next to the lady who was kind of like napping already, and she didn't even notice that I was there. So she wasn't like she was going to be so upset. I mean, maybe she was probably like, oh, now I don't have the whole row to myself. But like I said, I'm small, I'm little. It's like, she doesn't really care that much. So I plugged in my phone. I got the free Wi-Fi, which I just discovered. If you have T-Mobile, you can put in your phone number and you get like 4 sessions of free Wi-Fi. Hey, what's up, Welsh Republic? Thank you for being in the chat. All 14 of you guys who are watching me, this is just fantastic. We need to get my watch time hours up. Okay, so that's why we're doing this. Yes, that is exactly probably what people are thinking. Why is this small child running around the airplane? Where is her parents? Yes. Do you want to see my sweatshirt? So Mic Drop Comedy Club, San Diego. Hello. Okay. So, anyways, back to the airport story. So I fell asleep. I was like sleeping really good. And then about like 45 minutes before we were going to land, I woke up and I was just excited that I was able to get that much sleep. I woke up and our pilot was like, we're going to have a rocky landing. So I need everybody to put on your seatbelts. And so I strapped myself in real quick. And the landing was pretty rocky. It felt like I was on some sort of roller coaster. You know, when you get that like kind of like feeling in your stomach on a roller coaster, that was how this landing was. And it was pretty scary. But as you guys can see, I made it here all in one piece. And I am home. Yes, I'm home, which is great. I also checked in my bags, which I normally like don't like to check in bags. Do you guys like to check in your bags when you're at the airport, or do you prefer a carry-on? I prefer to do a carry-on because I hate waiting for my bags afterwards. It's like so annoying. That's just like not the vibe for me. So I like to just have all my stuff with me. But what happened this time around is I brought 2 suitcases. One suitcase was full of merch. That was my carry-on. The other suitcase was just all my outfits and clothes, because me and Chrissy, who I was with all weekend, had a very busy week. We had a lot of outfit changes. There was a lot happening. We were on the news. I don't know if you guys checked it out. One American News. We were on there, several different shows. Plus, we had our 2 shows. And then I had my bonus show at the mic drop. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I performed at the mic drop. And then we also went to the San Diego Zoo with Anna, that Star Wars Girls. If you haven't checked out Anna's zoo recap, she did post about it. And it's really cute. You guys can see me in my giraffe ears. You can see us talk to hippopotamuses and all that fun stuff. But okay, what was I saying? Oh, okay. This is interesting. The TSA will shut down an entire terminal to find a lost bag that has a declared handgun in it. Seen it happen. Yeah. My dad usually checks in a gun at the airport, and it's yeah. I check in a gun sometimes too, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but I am a firearms instructor. So I didn't check in a gun this time, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. And I guess you just never know. I'm packing. Hey, Frank! Everybody say hello to Frank. Frank is the best. Frank, I am live streaming. I'm starting off 2024 doing this live stream thing. This is Small Talk live stream. So we're doing it. Anyways, okay, back to my story. This is what happened. I got my bag. Okay, so I knew me and Chrissy were going to have a lot of events and a lot of things that we were going to be doing. So normally I like to fit everything into a carry-on because I do not like to wait for my bag. I like everything in a carry-on. But this time I was like, I want to have a bunch of different clothing options. So I packed my big suitcase, which I normally put on the merch in. I filled that up with clothes. It was just a lot of clothing going on in there. Plus, me and Chrissy went to the mall and we went shopping, which was super fun. I'll tell you guys about that too. And then in the second bag, my like carry-on bag, is what I put the merch in, which was kind of funny that the merch bag was smaller than the outfit bag, which was just an explosion of a lot of freaking clothes, which was great. So, I was happy, though, when I was leaving San Diego and coming back to Dallas. I paid to get my bag checked in, the big bag with all my clothes, and I was going to have my carry-on on the plane. But then American Airlines was like, you can check this little bag for free. And I was like, you know what? Great. I will just check in both of the bags. And then I could just walk around with my headphones like this and my purse and my book. Ah! Okay, my purse just fell. And my book. This is all I had, which was awesome. And Chrissy Mayer, the great Chrissy Mayer. Yes, I am live. I'm doing it. Small Talk live with my beautiful fan base of 16 people. My sweethearts. That's what I call my fans. You guys are my sweethearts. So, love it. Okay. Everybody say hello to Chrissy. Yeah, me and Chrissy had the best time. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. Our last night hanging out together. Chrissy's flight was at like 6 o'clock in the morning this morning. So she had to leave the room at 4. And my flight was at like 1. But then it kept getting delayed. And I didn't even leave San Diego till 2:55. But me and Chrissy stayed up pretty late last night. And we were just laughing and just talking about all the fun time of being in San Diego. And I have to tell you guys, I used to live in San Diego, okay? I lived in San Diego in 2013 and 2014, and this was probably the most depressed couple years of my life, but I was living in the most beautiful places, which is a beautiful place, which is crazy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with San Diego, but I lived near San Diego State University, and then I lived up in Encinitas. Yes. Oh, my goodness. So it was so cool to be back in San Diego with Chrissy, like doing comedy shows where my life is like doing pretty well, you know, considering when I was there, I was so sad, but you know, maybe that's why God had it that way. Maybe he had me in the most beautiful place while I was so sad, so I wouldn't like really off myself completely, because I don't think I would have made it if I was in Seattle. Seattle's so rainy and just, which is where I'm from, if you guys don't know that. Hello, Robert! I was supposed to message you back on Twitter and let you know that, yes, I am live streaming. I'm doing it. This is my goal for 2024, is to get this live stream thing up and going and learn how to do all of this. Thank you for my cool sweatshirt. Yes, I got this on Sunday. It's an extra large. It's all that they had left, the mic drop, but I was like, perfect. I could wear it as a dress. I'm just wearing this as a dress. Wishmaster. Ooh, yes. Where is Muffin? He's around, probably dragging poo-poo somewhere. I don't know what's wrong with him. Okay, I have 3 cats, you guys. Muffin, Cupcake, and Biscuit. Muffin is the boy. Cupcake and Biscuit are my 2 little girls. But Muffin, I don't know, something's wrong with him. Every time he uses the bathroom, he has like dingleberries. We're trying to fix that. But I've been giving him baths, so hopefully, I don't know. Okay, I just got sidetracked by Muffin's dingleberries. Eric left to go get me food, which is great. I'm so excited to eat some Mexican food. So this will turn into a mukbang stream of Mexican food. Okay. A lot of us guys have dingleberries. Leave him alone. Okay, I wouldn't mind Muffin's dingleberries if he didn't like spread them on the carpet sometimes, which is honestly, I want to make everything in this house hardwood. If the floors were hardwood, it would be an easy cleanup, but God, look, he's on the table. He's staring at me. He's like, "You're talking about my dingleberries." Yeah. Okay. Aw, thanks, Frank. Thank you. Here's the thing. Yes, everyone please share this link. But I want to know that all 20 of you who are in here who are watching me, you're very special. This is a small start, and it's going to grow into a massive empire. Someday 20 will turn into 20,000. 20 million. Okay. Yay! Eric is back and he is returned with the food. Oh, yes. We've got a whopping 20 people in here and they're really excited. Oh, look, and I have coconut water. You guys don't know, I love my coconut water.
We were the last order. They weren't going to take it, but they recognized our number.
Aww.
So shout out to Crystal. We like her.
Okay. Thank you, Crystal. Yes, it is mukbang time, Robert. Robert says hello. He says hi, Eric.
Oh, Robert Lowry? Oh.
No.
Which Robert?
Producer Robert.
Oh, Robert. Yeah. Hello.
Okay. So, okay, let me, I'm waiting for my food. It's taking a second to get here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. This is the food. You guys can see. Oh, yes. Thank you. And these are my special sauces. Special sauce. Okay. Yes, it is a quesadilla. A quesadilla. Quesadilla. Okay, so let's talk about everything that happened. What do you guys want to hear about? I want to hear about the zoo. Well, if you watched Simcast last night, the girls did it over. Well, they talked about the zoo. God, this is so good. Quesadilla. Do you like this? You like watching me eat? Huh? It's just the eating stream. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to. Oh, yeah, the Filipino mafia. Ah, yummy. Yummy, yummy food time. Just gonna eat. So I need another little like table. It's okay. Actually, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn this into a table. Okay. I brought 2 books with me, and I didn't even crack this open. The Untethered Soul. I was recommended this book like 3 years ago when I was in a women's empowerment group, and we met on Zoom, and the leader of this group recommended all these books, and I went and I bought every single one of them. This was one of them, and I still have yet to read them, but I have it, and I have the intention. It's the intention that matters. Look. Maybe I could just do this and absorb the knowledge. Okay. Looks like a gay book. Yes. Yes, it is. It is gay. It's a gay book. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this book's about. I don't know. It's part 1, Awakening Consciousness. I don't know. I think this is a book about like manifestation. And I'm trying to manifest some stuff this year. Yes. I want to read. I'm reading. Okay, here comes Muffin because he thinks it's food time. Okay. Oh, wow. I really have to say, I have a lot of my friends do streams, and I'm very impressed by them because they know what they're doing, and I'm just gonna eat for a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing, but maybe you guys like that. I don't know. Yes. Come to all the shows. Manifesting more Simps. Simps is not a bad word. Simps is a great word. We would all come to all the shows, support us. We want a theater of Simps. Thank you. Yes, this is food porn. Do you guys like yes, Sam. It's not a proper stream without Lila casually eating. You guys know I like to eat. Okay, guys, feel free to type away in the chat. There's only like 18 of us in here. This is a one-on-one time. This is very special. Who knows? There might be a time where the chat's going to be so filled up I won't even hardly be able to read any of this stuff. So if you want to say stuff, speak now. Type away now. When are you and Chrissy coming to desolate Kansas City? It's like hyper-violent Chicago, but with barbecue. Well, I like barbecue. And I'll say this. If you guys want me and Chrissy to come to any comedy club or theater, you need to get on the phone. And you need to call that comedy club. And you need to say, I am a very big fan of the great Chrissy Mayer and Lila Hart. Please have them at your comedy club. I will buy 20 tickets. If you want us there, harass your local comedy club. Let them know. Send them the link to this live stream. And we will be there. Yes. Speak now or forever hold your peace. That is right. Type away into the chat. These are very special times. This is like a very special private meeting amongst 17 people. I love you too, Chrissy. We are manifesting theaters this year. we are with theaters, and I want some super fans to come to all of our shows. Speaking of super fans, big shout out to James. James, I love you. James has come to like 5 of our shows this year, and he posted the cutest picture. I'm going to show you guys on my phone. Look at this picture that James tweeted. I screenshotted it because I loved it so much. Look. Love all my Love Lila Hart merch collection. Hashtag landslide Lila. Hashtag Spina Bifida Baddie. Thank you, James. Look how cute James looks in his merch. Well, not all heroes wear capes, but all heroes wear Landslide Lila merch. That is what happens. Yes, I can see a Lila and Chrissy sitcom in the future, and it will be hilarious. Absolutely. If you would like for us to have a sitcom, again, I say harass your local comedy clubs, tweet about it online, share these thoughts and feelings, let everybody know. Oh, here's a good question. Lila, what is your memory of that first live stream with Chrissy? Okay, so the first live stream I ever did with Chrissy was when I was living in Hollywood. I was in Los Angeles. I was still in California. And it was the first time that I was kicked out of the Comedy Store. And Chrissy had me on, and I was really nervous because I was like, oh, I'm about to say some stuff that's going to get people not to like me. But Chrissy was awesome, and we connected right away. You know, it's so funny. I was asking Chrissy in the hotel, I was like, that first time that we met via podcast, did you think that 3 years later we'd be here in San Diego, like doing shows together, and she's married with a beautiful baby on the way? Like, did you see that happening? And it was, I don't know, it was such a cool kind of thing to think about, that like, wow, so much has happened. But I will tell you guys this. I do remember the first Simcast that I was on. And that was really funny to me because I didn't really like understand the whole like live streaming thing with how we do on Simcast now. And I remember I was in my bedroom and I'm sitting on my bed and my background is literally like my headboard. And I don't know. I was like, it felt weird. I was confused. But now I've got like a little setup. Look at me. I've got a setup. I'm in my corner here with a plant and stuff. And I got lights, camera, action. Aw, Sam, I'm so happy you watched it. Lila, I never saw that interview until a few days ago. Magical. Aw, thank you so much. Yeah, please watch all of our old interviews. Leave comments. You know, all that really helps us. If you want to see more of us, you need to comment. You need to like things. You need to, we need these likes. We need these comments. They really matter. And then guess what? I can see you in person and give you a real hug, but we can share a hug through the screen right now. I will hug you. Yes, lean into your computer. Here's a hug. Here's a hug. I'm hugging you. Yes. There you go. There's a hug. Awesome. Yes. California is where common sense goes to die. Well, you know what? That is true. What does it say? I also watched the first Simcast a few days ago. That show had its legs instantly. It just didn't have a pre-roll. Simcast is freaking awesome. And you know, Frank, he makes all the videos and they're so funny. So, oh, Deranged Lunatic. Good evening, Lila. Hello. Can you believe it? I'm live streaming. I'm doing it. Aw, this is very sweet. Lila has always reminded me of the old song, Little Bitty Pretty One. What are you trying to say? That I'm small? I think I'm large and tall like a giraffe. Okay, back to my food. I need to eat more. Actually, I'm going to drink some of this stuff. I'm really proud of myself, you guys. 2024 is off to a great start. I wasn't even going to live stream when I got home. I was like, I'm tired. I wanted to take a shower because I have really good water at my house. Eric and I got this machine called, it's Rain Soft. Have you ever heard of it? It's like a whole water filtration system. So we have like soft water. It's so good. And I can't wait to shower because there's no water like my house water. Aw. Sam, I've been watching Chrissy's first interviews with everyone before you all became friends. It's so sweet. Isn't it so cool? Isn't it just so awesome? If you haven't seen, one of my favorite Simcast episodes is the one where I talk about taking a dump on the street. So if you can find that one, you should watch it. It's really hilarious. shitting myself on the street. Anyways, did you and Anna like rubbing Chrissy's pregnant belly? Yes, the bean. It's so cool. It's so awesome. Chrissy is growing a human, a person, and he wants to be here, which is really cool. Question for Chrissy and Lila. Has Ricky Burrick ever been on Simcast? If not, is it because he's Canadian or because he's Canadian? I have never seen Ricky on Simcast, but I see his posts and he's pretty hilarious. And I really like how he doesn't take himself too seriously. And it's just like so cool and awesome. And, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's being disabled is, it's, I don't want to be like, oh, it's so hard, but it is. It's like it's a lot to like become okay with yourself. Like it took me many years to be able to even say the word disabled. So to see somebody like Ricky Berwick, who's just like totally gives no fucks and makes fun of himself online, is really cool. All right. Nina! Hi, Nina. Oh, all my friends are here supporting me. That makes me so happy. I've been live streaming for 31 minutes now. Wow. Wait. David, what did you mean no offense by? I don't know what this means, David. You didn't offend me. Nothing offends me. I offend myself with my comedy. Nothing offends me. Really, nothing does. Thanks, Nina. You're so cute and you're streaming. I'm doing it. It's my goal, 2024. I'm just small talk live stream. I want to bring back my small talk show. So if you guys didn't know, I used to have a show in Los Angeles called Small Talk. And first it was an interview sit down show. If you go on my YouTube channel, you guys can see it. It's like just small talk and it's interviews. And I did like 35 sit down interviews with local comedians and musicians and just interesting people in Los Angeles. And so that interview show turned into Small Talk Live, which became like a comedy variety show. And I did 8 episodes of that. So it would basically be like Chelsea Handler, Johnny Carson. I'd be sitting at a desk. I would do like a 10-minute monologue, and then I would bring up a comedian, they'd perform, and they'd sit next to me and I'd interview them. And then I had different panels. Like one of the panels I had was Small Talk Live panel. Once I figure out how to all this stuff in StreamYard, like I'll be able to we can go through like some old videos once I put together. Yeah, we'll talk about like my whole history of what Small Talk live stream is. This is just a little test fun, we're just figuring out this together. So anyways, I had a show called Small Talk Live, and we used to do it at the Skiptown Playhouse. It was a theater, and it was so freaking awesome. And then right in 2020, it got picked up by this restaurant who I did my 8th show at the restaurant, and like we had comedians like Brian Simpson, and I don't know if he's a very big comedian now, but he did an episode on my show. And but then because of 2020 and all that, that scam shit happened, the restaurant got shut down, and then my show got shut down. So now I'm going to bring back Small Talk live stream. That's what we're going to do. It'll be this live stream show. And then I'm going to bring back Small Talk live comedy show, and then hopefully book a show once a month at a comedy club here in Dallas where I'll be hosting, and then I'll put on, a few comedians and just kind of just bring back what Small Talk was. But yeah, I'm just really proud of myself that I'm doing this right now. This is the worst mukbang I've ever seen. I'm sorry, Robert. My mind is just all over the place. I need to have like a format and like, I need to figure out how to do the thing where like the thing where I can like do all the settings and all that fun stuff and like a banner and what's this? Okay, there's that. Yeah, I need to watch like a tutorial on all this. All my friends are so good at this. I need to, I'm learning. I lost the oh no. Okay, there's the comments. Here it goes. Yes. Abel says, I need to go to your comedy shows again. Work has made it impossible though. Abel, as soon as you can come back to our comedy shows, we do love to see you. It's always great to hang out with you. Please come. Yes, Daniel. StreamYard makes it really easy to customize. Thank you. And Mr. Goodnight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think this is going to be fun. I think that should be like, you know what? That's what I'll do. I'll do a small talk live stream episode where I just go through the history of small talk and I can show you guys like little clips and little things of people I interviewed once I figure out how to oh no, cancel. I don't know what that was. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to watch a tutorial or something. But, like the thing where you can bring up a video. I don't know how to do all that yet, but I will learn. I will learn. Okay. Okay, this is a mukbang eating break. Oh. Yeah, the best of small talk. Sounds good. Maybe too, we can watch one of my old episodes together. That could be kind of fun. I'll do that. Or watch one of my old interviews and we'll see some stuff. Awesome. Woo! I need 2 monitors. Okay, manifesting that now. This is just a mukbang stream. Do some streamers just what about those streamers who just do the noises and the sound? Oh yeah, I want to do this. Watch an old small talk, so that would be a little reaction video. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do. Okay. I never eat on stream. That's so funny. I feel like I'm eating on streams all the time. But normally when I'm on stream with everybody else, I'll turn off my mic so I can chomp away. Yeah, this is ASMR. We'll do ASMR. We'll do all sorts of things. Again, this stream is just all ours. You guys like this? You like that tapping stuff? Ooh. Maybe we'll do a stream where I just do my makeup. I don't know. We're going to figure out what sticks. The whole purpose of doing these streams is we are building community. Right now, we are 24 people strong in this community of sweethearts. Okay? That's what we are. 24 strong. Look at us. You like this? You like this sound? Okay. Look at my nails. I have not gotten them done all year. No, I was doing them for 2 years straight and I would get them done all the time. I'm just taking a break. Mm-hmm. Kazoo, the yellow kazoo. Hello. Hello. Yes, all year. All year I have not done them. Sweet. Okay. Do you guys like coconut water? I like this. I like coconut water with the pulp. Okay. I'm checking something. I'm checking my Twitter notifications. 1 second. Okay, great. Thank you guys for sharing this post. Yay! I'm turning that off. All right. You still have your Christmas nails, Nina. Oh my gosh. It's so windy right now. When I got off the plane, the wind nearly took me out. It literally, the wind was crazy. Frank says, Lila is going to hit the Findom, ASMR, and Mukbang markets. Yes, I am. That is the plan. I have a plan. It's going to be all over the place. You never know what you're going to get with me. Yes. You're not a coconut water, girly. What? Coconut water's good for you, skin. Good for you. Yes, Nina, the wind blew me away. Nina says, "Aw, you're so tiny." LOL. Of course it did. Yeah, it was freaking scary, is what it was. The wind was it was scary. Okay. The good thing I like about these taco, whatever the heck it is, quesadillas, is that it's good for tomorrow. So even if I don't eat all of it, I can just heat it up tomorrow. I think there really are streams, right? Where just like the person just sits there and eats. And that's a thing. And just sit here and eat. Maybe you guys like that? Okay. Love you, Nina. I'm going to go eat. Have a great stream. Nina, I love you. You're amazing. Everybody go check out Nina Infinity. She does her amazing Friday streams with all the good times that she posts. So check her out. Everybody loves Nina. Bye, Nina. Ultra Maximus says bye, Nina. Okay. So I had a question. Someone was asking me a question. Put your questions in the chat. If you have a question for me that you want me to answer, just write something. I'm going to read it and I'll answer it for you. Wow. This is good. I like cheese. Wow, everybody in here is friends with each other. I like that. This is so cool. We are building community. That's what this is all about. Okay. Great question. Welsh, what's your goal for 2024? My goal for 2024 is to grow this community of sweethearts and to be able to perform at all comedy clubs or more comedy clubs all over the country, do some theater shows, and yeah, that would be awesome. And also, I want to get a truck. So I'm going to have a Toyota-thon because I want to get a Toyota Tacoma. Yes, my sweethearts. Oh, this is Yellow Kazoo. I want to post this one. Sweethearts. That's my fans. Sweethearts. Okay. I'm going to answer this question first, and then I'll go back to you, Daniel. Lila, what kind of books did you read growing up, and what kind now? Well, this is the kind I'm reading now, trying to read now. And growing up, I read a lot of books growing up because I couldn't play sports or anything like that, but there was this thing when I was in elementary school. If you read like a ton of books, you could take a test where you could earn points, and then like the points meant something. I think you could win prizes or something, and it's like it was the only area that I could like seriously compete in because I couldn't play sports, but I'm like, I can read like a motherfucker, and I will read. And I remember I read the Alice in Wonderland book, and if you guys have seen this book, it is so big, and it took me 12 hours. I read that book all day. I read the whole book, and it was worth 24 points. And I went and I took the test, and I passed it with flying colors, and I got all 24 points, and it was really exciting. But I don't know. I've read like a ton of books. Now I read more like self-help books, inspirational stuff. I'm just manifestation. I don't know, that kind of stuff. Aw. My goal this year is to stop being moody all the time and be more happy. That's a great goal, Welsh, okay? Because why would you be moody when you can just get money? Stop being moody. Start being more productive. Start figuring out ways how you can get up every morning and make some money. Okay? Why be moody when you could just make money? If you make money, you will be feeling good. Lila, as you know, I review toys. What were your favorite as a kid and what was Eric's? Oh, goodness. I like Barbies. Remember liking Barbies a lot growing up. I also like the my size Barbies because I was literally the same size as the my size Barbie, and I would try to wear its clothes. Yes. I'm trying to grow my channel this year too. I've started uploading more. Good, Daniel. 2024. This is the year. Look, we've got 24 people in here. It's a sign. 2024. This is the year to, you know what? Get serious about your goals. Don't be sad. Get paid. That's what you need to do. Don't be moody. Make money. I would caution you against manifestation and self-help. Manifestation is demonic. You know what? Yellow Kazoo, well, then just give me some Jesus. I would like Jesus to guide the way. I'll just take Jesus. Jesus loves me, Jesus loves you, and Jesus loves everybody. That's where we're at. Okay. Wow. I've been doing this for 46 minutes. I feel really good about myself. I need to have more of a plan. I just got off the plan. I don't really have like too much of a plan. We all need Jesus. Trying to be like Jesus, you know? Yeah. That's great. Okay. I'm almost done with this. Okay. Zoo stories. I'll show you some zoo stuff. Zoo stories. Okay. Let me show this to you guys. Look at this elephant. It's so cute. Elephant was cute. I like that. Look at the zebra. Then, okay, my favorite. That was a giraffe. This is a cute picture. I'll show this to you too. Look at me holding a giraffe. Yes. You guys probably saw this on Twitter. Look at us. Chrissy had her elephant ears. Anna had her safari hat. She was on safari. And I was the giraffe. See? Okay. We also saw this Tasmanian devil. So cute. Look at how it walks. It walks like me. Tasmanian devil was like hobbling around. Look at the way it was hobbling around. It's kind of... This is a good question. Lila, how far back does your and Eric's knowledge of American comedians go? Okay, so Eric is actually like the comedy history person. He knows everything about every comedian, how they started, when they popped off, like how long it took them to build their fan base, all of that stuff. He just like is an encyclopedia for that. I not so much. When I like got into comedy, it wasn't like I was like, oh my God, I'm such a big fan of stand-up and I was like studying a ton of comedians. That is not why I started stand-up. I remember the very first show in Los Angeles that I went and watched was Adam Ray. Adam Ray was performing at the Laugh Factory, and I went with my friend Christian. I remember we went and watched him perform, and Adam Ray was on stage, and he was talking about his buddy, Brad Williams. And he was like, he had this bit where he said, my midget friend was in a closet banging a stripper. And I remember sitting there like freaking out in my seat because I was like, oh my God, everybody in here is going to think I'm the midget he is talking about. Even though clearly he was talking about a midget man. But the word midget was like, made me so uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, I'm like so insecure. I feel so weird about this word midget. And I remember after the show, I talked to my friend Christian, and he was like, Lila, you really have to like tell Adam about how he shouldn't use midget in his stand-up and how it like hurt you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, absolutely not. I need to like go home and figure out why this was making me so uncomfortable, because it's clearly a me problem. And like, he's a comedian doing his job, and I shouldn't like be feeling so insecure that this word is like making me like freak out, you know? So I never told Adam like, oh, that made me uncomfortable. I was like, I need to do some soul searching. I need to freaking figure out what the hell is going on with me internally for me to feel that way. So then 2 weeks later, on February 10th, which is my comedy birthday, February 10th of 2016, I was in this shower, and then I had this like stream of consciousness come through as the shower water was dropping on me. And the thought was, no one is going to hire you as the 4'6" love interest on a soap opera, but if you become a comedian, they will write in parts for you. That was the literal thought. I was like, oh my God, I need to do stand-up, because if I do stand-up, then I can get into acting, and or like just people will understand me more, and there will a path will be made for me. I need to create my own path, because no one's going to do it for me. No one's going to really understand me, because here's the thing. I used to like I would send in my headshots, right, to go on like auditions, and people would see my headshot and always get the audition. But then I'd walk in and it'd be like, why is she so small and walking with a limp? Like, they didn't understand. I remember one time I sent in my headshot for this, like, it was like this music video, and they wanted like all these models, right? It was this music video, and they want all these models. Sent in my headshot, and I show up to this mansion, and it's like literally like there's like 30 other girls there, and they're like all so tall and gorgeous, like models. And then there's me who, you know, they just saw this. They didn't see how tall I was. And so it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of funny and weird, but whatever. Anyways, I after I was in that shower, I got out of the shower, and I was like, I need to like figure out, how do I do stand-up? Like how am I going to do this? So I had my towel on my head, and I turned on my computer, and I just started recording myself just like this in a little box. And I held my hairbrush. I'll hold the fork for this. I held a hairbrush, and I was like, and I just did some jokes to my computer. I wrote myself like a little 2-3 minute set, and I did the jokes to the computer. Then after I did that, I looked up open mics in Los Angeles. And the first open mic that I saw was Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank. And I called the comedy club, and I was like, hey, I'm a comedian, and I would like to, how do I do this mic? And they're like, oh, you just come here, just sign up, and we'll get you on. So I dressed up. I wore this gold dress. I curled my hair. I was like, I am a star. I'm a star. And I'm going to my first mic. I'm going to my first show. So I went to my first show, and open mic, and I was at this little bar, and there was nobody else there. It was just me. And I got there so early, and I made friends with like the bartender, and he put my name in the bucket, and then all these people started showing up, and then they pulled people's names out of this bucket. And then I went up there, and I did my first like 3-minute set, and I felt so empowered, because it was the first time I was on stage, and I like talked about being disabled and having spina bifida. And I remember I was hooked instantly. And when I got off stage, I felt like everybody in that room respected me. They were like, okay, she is totally cool with herself, so we're just going to treat her cool too. And it changed my life. It really changed my life because once I started doing stand-up regularly, I would meet people, I'd be like at a bar, just out, be like, oh, what do you do? And I'd be like, I'm a stand-up comedian. And instantly it's like, oh, okay, we can't fuck with you because you already, you have to get to a place in your life. Like to even want to do stand-up comedy, you need to get to a place in your life where you're okay with making fun of yourself. So that's why it's like, for me, if people write mean things about me online or there's a mean comment, it doesn't really bother me because it's like, I said the meanest things to myself at one point. Like I told you guys, when I lived in San Diego, 2013, 2014, I was suicidal and just ready to off myself. And I wasn't doing stand-up at that time because I hadn't, I was still trying to work out what the hell why the fuck was I born disabled? Why did this have to happen to me? And I was really angry with God for a long time about it. But then about 3 years into stand-up, I remember I was at the Hollywood Improv and I was standing there and I just had this another stream of consciousness come through and this moment of peace where I was like, oh, you were born disabled because if you weren't, you wouldn't be doing this, Lila. If you didn't have spina bifida, if you didn't go through all that shit, you would not be doing this. It just, that was why all of that had to happen. So you'd get to do this. And this is really cool. And, when I'm on stage and I'm talking about my disability and, okay, I'll tell you guys this. I had this happen at the end of, it makes me emotional. It still makes me emotional every time. After me and Chrissy performed at the mic drop on Saturday, the waitress, she came up to me and she told me that her sister was going to have, was pregnant and the baby was diagnosed with spina bifida. And, her sister is really scared about it. And her seeing me perform and the fact that I have spina bifida and I'm walking and I live a very full, happy life made her feel just less scared about what could happen to her nephew because her nephew is going to be born with spina bifida, And then, how crazy is this? Also at that same show, there was a guy there with his girlfriend who came to the show thinking that, oh, women aren't funny. He was invited to the show, but he was he didn't really want to come. He didn't think women were going to be funny. And, of course, me and Chrissy are hilarious. So we totally proved him wrong. But he said, he came up to me after the show and he told me that 3 of his relatives have spina bifida. What are the chances? It's so crazy. And it's when I have moments like that, when I get off stage and someone tells me their story of somebody in their family having spina bifida or somebody in their family being disabled of some sort and just seeing me gives them hope. It's yeah, I'm so grateful I can be that person. And I would go through all of that shit again just to get here, and just to have this moment with somebody, because growing up, I didn't meet anybody with my disability until I was 21, let alone I know that if I would have been 13 and if I would have met somebody like me, doing stand-up comedy and having spina bifida, that would have saved me so much just pain of feeling alone. And if I know that I can do that for somebody, especially for kids, it's just oh, that just makes me feel so good because I remember when I was a kid, it really sucked being so different. I remember when I was in elementary school, I wasn't so bullied, but I remember I'd walk into the cafeteria and kids would imitate the way that I walked, walking like a robot. And I knew that they were making fun of me and it didn't feel good. Okay. It felt oh God, why me? Why do I have to walk like this? I also remember do you guys remember when you would have, in elementary school where they would check your back for scoliosis? Because at my school, they did that. They would make everybody stand in line and then they'd lift up your shirt and then they would check you for scoliosis. And I remember being a little kid knowing damn well that I had scoliosis. And then still standing in line with those people. Okay. And I remember I got to the front of the line and they're ready to lift up my shirt. And the nurse lady is like, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I got it. And it was really strange. I was like, yeah, I got it. But I still wanted to be like part of it. I don't know. That's true. Lyle Hart, I've seen some of your comedy sets. ... 13-year-olds aren't old enough to watch your comedy sets. Okay. Yeah, I'm not the cleanest stand-up comedian. But I mean, like, I'll go to like disability conferences and like events and I'll meet parents and kids with spina bifida. And it's just like, just to meet them where it's like, if I'm not necessarily like doing stand-up, but just wandering around being myself, it helps people. Yes, Yellow Kazoo. I wanted to fit in. And also, like, I never would tell anybody about like spina bifida. I would just say I had scoliosis because everybody knows what scoliosis is. It's like a curvature of the spine. And, I meet people all the time who's like, oh, I've got a slight scoliosis in my neck, or I've got a slight scoliosis here. And it's like, well, I've got a scoliosis that really crams my shit all up, and you can see it. Yeah, I didn't want to tell people what spina bifida was. And even my own self, I don't even think I like truly realized like how severe my condition is and was. Is currently. Like I went to see my doctor just a couple months ago, and I have a brand new doctor here in Dallas, Texas, and she was so excited to meet me simply because I can walk and in her 20 years of being a doctor and treating people with spina bifida, she's never met somebody with spina bifida who can walk. And so it was like a really big deal to her. And, I think about my younger self who like was getting made fun of for walking like a robot. And, and now here I am at 32, just like, oh my God, I'm so grateful I can even walk like a robot, and I don't know. It's so funny. But if my like 13-year-old self could meet my 32-year-old self, she would just be so amazed, because it's like God, I was sad at 13. It's like, especially it's during that time when like everybody is going through puberty and changing and getting taller. And I'm just like staying small. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Why am I not growing? I didn't like it. I mean, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to get all fucking sad. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You should have freaked out at the school nurse and be like, what's wrong? Am I okay? That's so funny. Yeah, I should have done that. That would have been hilarious. But yeah, it still gets me choked up now when I just like meet people who have relatives or just even people who find me on Instagram. I got this message from a girl recently, from France, and she wrote me this long message saying that she'd never met anybody with spina bifida, and she has spina bifida, and just like I remind her so much of herself, and how happy she was to find my page, and then like it brings me back to my own memories of like when I was on that search when I was like 21 years old. I'm like, I need to connect with other people who have spina bifida, and I remember when I was 21, there was this guy that I connected with via Facebook or something, and he had spina bifida, and we talked on the phone for 2 hours about spina bifida just because I'd never talked to somebody else who had this condition. And it was just I felt so good just to be like, oh my God, you get me, you understand. Yeah, we walk weird, or like we have all these fucking issues that people just don't get. Like, do you know what a gift it is to be able to like piss and shit on your own when you gotta go, or be able to hold it? Like, oh my God, like people just don't realize that that'll, if you can like pee or shit on your own, that is such a gift. That is such a fucking huge gift, because there are so many people with disabilities who literally can't do that. I have a lot of fucking bathroom issues. Thank God I can go on my own, which is a big blessing. But it's like, anyways, it's just like little things that people just like don't understand. We take for granted. Like if you have the ability to get up out of bed in the morning and walk around your house on your own, You are so blessed. You are so lucky. And I don't know. I also feel like with my disability, I'm kind of like becoming like Benjamin Button. Do you guys ever see that movie, Benjamin Button? He starts as like an old little shriveled baby that's like fucking weird as fuck looking, and then like when he's like 9 or 10 years old, he's like a scary looking old person, and it's fucking creepy. And then the girl he's like in love with, she's like in their 20s. He's still kind of, he's like, he looks old, but he's still like weirdo looking. But then in their 40s, they meet in the middle, and he's like hot as fuck. She looks good as hell, and they bang, and it's like really cool. Anyways, and then he goes on through life and just becomes like old, and then he dies as like a baby. I kind of feel like that with my disability, where it's like I started disabled, and my peers didn't understand me, and like people just don't get me. Whereas like I feel like that's why I've had such a connection with like older people, or like I can connect with people who are like 60 and up. Like one of my best friends is this guy named David. He's 64 years old. And like, I just love talking to him, but I feel like it's because people who are that old, they understand, and they can see my disability, and they can empathize with how much harder things are for me, because as you get older, no matter if you're the strongest person in the world, if you live long enough, you will experience disability. And now that I'm in my 30s, I feel like I'm in this place of like complete acceptance. I've accepted myself. I'm good with myself. I know my limitations. I have no shame in riding around in my little motorized wheelchair when I go to the grocery store, or requesting a wheelchair when I'm at the airport. Like, God, in my early 20s, oh my God, I would never do that. I would never get a wheelchair. I didn't even get a disabled parking pass until I was 24 years old, because I was just mortified at the thought of people even thinking of me disabled. Where it's like, now, no, I proudly use that disabled parking pass, and I proudly ride around in my motorized scooter, and I proudly request a wheelchair at the airport. And when I'm being pushed around in a wheelchair, I am waving at people like I am a princess on parade, and I'm proud of it. So what I'm saying is it's really fucking great to just be at this point in my life where I'm okay with this, because for so long I was ashamed. I was so shamed. I have this visual in my mind of being like, I must have been like 22, and I was taking a mirror, and I was like looking at my back, and I'm looking at my back scars, and I'm like, why am I so ugly? Why must I be so ugly? And just crying, living in San Diego, wanting to kill myself because I'm like, I'm fucking ugly because I'm disabled. Now here I am at 32, walking on comedy stages, being like, look at me, world. I feel good. I look good. And I'm loving life. And, if you're somebody out there that's like struggling with something that you're insecure about, it's okay. It's part of being human. If life was easy, we'd all be in heaven right now. You know what I mean? But life is a school. It's a place where we're learning. And it took me, I did not just become this happy person that you guys see on the screen that's like super positive. I wasn't always like this, okay? Suicidal when I was 13 years old. I wanted to end it all. The first time I ever saw my dad cry, I was 13. It's because I came home. I was not invited to Taylor Olson's birthday party. And I was convinced is because I was short and disabled, and she didn't want me around, and everybody else was tall and had boobies, and I didn't have boobs yet. And I was convinced that, you know what, I should just off myself. I should kill myself, no longer live. I'm 13 and I don't get to Taylor. I'm not invited to Taylor Olson's birthday party. She invited everybody with all these like cards in front of me, and they were all taller than me, and I did not get a card to this invitation. Anyways, I came home and I told my dad I want to kill myself, and my dad stood in the doorway and he was crying about it, and it was so sad. And now at 32, I can look at that and I'm like, you know what? That must have been horrible. My dad's like, here's my daughter who I literally prayed over and watched go through so many surgeries. It's a miracle she's even alive. And now she's talking about killing herself because Taylor Olson didn't invite her to a birthday party. Yeah. Yeah. I see Lila's not bitter about not being invited to that birthday party.
I think it's crazy that I even remember all these details about my childhood, and I think it's because I was so traumatized. But you know what? That is what makes stand up so great. And you know what? Thank you so much, Welshie. Lila, you look 25, not 32, and I will take it. Thank you. Thanks, Welshie. Keep those compliments coming. All right. So let me get back to the original question that we are talking about with stand up. So yeah, stand up to me it just changed my life. It changed my life. It healed me in so many ways. And now I just feel like, God, it just feels good. It feels good. But yeah, my husband, he was a comedy, just totally knew all this comedy history, and I did not. Like, here's a funny story. One time I was at the Comedy Store on Sunset, and I came home to our apartment, and I told Eric, I was like, Eric, oh my gosh, this comedian with a ton of followers just posted me on his Instagram. And he's like, got so many followers, and he posted me, and he was like, who was it? And I was like, Andrew Dice Clay. And he was like, do you know who Andrew Dice Clay is? And I was like, I don't know who he is, but he was really nice to me at the Comedy Store. He asked to get a picture with me, and he posted on his Instagram, and he has a ton of followers. I think this is good. And then that's when Eric showed me videos of Andrew Dice Clay selling out Madison Square Garden, Hickory Dickory Dock. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I was just hanging out with that dude at the Comedy Store talking to him, and did not even realize what a freaking legend this guy was. But I like to think that he's a legend, and he saw me and he was like, that is a future legend right there. Let me get a picture while I can. Just like everybody in here. There's 30 of us. It's intimate. It's small. But you know what? These are good times, because someday this little chatterbox right here is going to be going so quickly that I will not even be able to read anything that you guys are saying to me. So get in your comments now while I can read them. Okay. Wow. I think we've had fun. We've had a mukbang. I've cried. I think I'll probably always cry. You know, I just randomly cry now. It just happens. But I think it's because I'm like really feeling my emotions, and it feels good. It's called being a human. Okay. I almost drank this, but I was meaning to drink this. That's right. Yes, you'll be too famous one day. That is right, Yellow Kazoo. I will be. You heard it here now. Producer Robert. We laughed, we cried, we ate. And that we did. Aww. Imagine if you become pregnant one day. You know what? That would be really cool, because I don't think there's ever been a spina bifida pregnant comedian ever. So we would be making history. Pray for me, y'all. Wow. Oh, yes. And we shared your live stream. Wow. We had fun, you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the things, share. When will we be back? Soon. Tomorrow. I'll do this again tomorrow. I think we'll do it. We'll just, until I can figure out. I'm going to do this once a week for sure. I'm going to get a time. Yes, it's a good question. Have there been cases of women with spina bifida becoming pregnant? There actually has been. There has been. Oh, yay. Nice. And I enjoyed this. Thank you. I am back home. Can you believe it? And yes, definitely have Chrissy Mayer give you some lessons. Yes, I will. Thank you. Please do. We'll be spouting new ideas for your show. Please do, y'all. Give me ideas. Tweet them at me. Please tweet them at me. Aw, this was a blast. Glad I got this notification on YouTube. Yes. Thank you for watching, you guys. Okay. And as always, like, subscribe, Love Jesus. Love yourselves. Love your neighbors. Be kind. Be a sweetheart. If you're a fan, you're a sweetheart. And I love you. And come see me and Chrissy Mayer on January 25th. Keanu Thompson will also be with us at Hyenas in Dallas. Come get your tickets. You guys can go to chrissymayer.com, get your tickets, and I will see you again next time. Next time on Small Talk Live. Have a good night. How do I end this? I don't know. Oh, end stream. Okay.